Learning about personality is an essential component to have healthier relationships. Throughout this video, I'm going to share my personality type with all of you. I'm going to expose myself. Recently, I took a test from the website 16personalities.com. My friend recommended that I take it. I was skeptical at first, but once I saw the result, it gave me such an accurate, detailed answer, I couldn't help but share it with my family, with my loved ones, and of course with you guys. The beautiful thing about this is that it highlights your strengths and weaknesses, meaning you know what you can accept and you can take a look at the things that you might want to work on. Furthermore, this is an amazing activity to do with people you are close to, friends, business partners, family. For those of you who've got a girlfriend or a wife, ladies, your boyfriend or your husband. If you're having communication problems, you don't understand each other properly, I urge you to take the personality test, show the result to those people closest to you, and urge them to do the same so you can better understand them, right? Because when you understand yourself and those around you, you can have healthier interactions, okay? So this is why it's so cool. So down below in the description, I'm going to leave one link to the website where you can take the test. It's completely free. And I'm going to leave a second link with the results of my personality type so you can take a look as well. So there are 16 personality types. Which one am I? I fall into the INFJ, advocate personality. Okay, this is what my result says. Who is an advocate INFJ? This is someone who is introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging personality traits. They tend to approach life with deep thoughtfulness and imagination. Their inner vision, personal values, and a quiet, principled version of humanism guide them in all things. What I like here as well is they leave a quote from a historical figure or someone famous who also had that personality type. So they leave a quote here from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. He says, "Treat people as if they were what they ought to be, and you help them to become what they are capable of being." Now, not only does this speak to who I am, but I actually studied Goethe's life. Back in school, there was a subject which has since disappeared called Universal Literature, and I had to study 5 different authors, their historical background, their life, and their literature, their work, right? Now, Goethe was a very famous author from the 18th century, back from Bavaria, Germany, and he wrote many different books, novels. And one was very interesting called The Many Sorrows of Young Werther, and he wrote that back in 1774, and I had to do a case study on it, and I'll never forget that. Goethe was so popular that Napoleon actually wanted to get his signature, right? For those of you who don't know, I'm just giving you some history. And it's amazing the things you remember that leave an emotional impact, right? Definitely left an imprint on me. I'll never forget that. Let's continue on. Advocate INFJs may be the rarest personality type of all, but they certainly leave their mark on the world. Idealistic and principled, they aren't content to coast through life. They want to stand up and make a difference. That's why I made Relearning Relationships. For advocate personalities, success doesn't come from money or status, but from seeking fulfillment, helping others, and being a force of good in the world. While they have lofty goals and ambitions, advocates shouldn't be mistaken for idle dreamers. People with this personality type care about integrity, and they're rarely satisfied until they've done what they know to be right. Conscientious to the core, They move through life with a clear sense of their values, and they aim to never lose sight of what truly matters. Not according to other people or society at large, but according to their own wisdom and intuition. I'm really calling myself out today with this, but I wanted to share it with all of you. And I'm curious to see which personality type you are. Once you take the test, come back in the comment section and let me know. Seeking purpose. Perhaps because their personality type is so uncommon, advocates tend to carry around a sense, whether conscious or not, of being different from most people. I do find it hard to relate to others. Probably why I'm so selective with my standards, as you all know. With their rich inner lives and their deep, abiding desire to find their life purpose, they don't always fit in with those around them. This isn't to say that advocates can't enjoy social acceptance or close relationships, only that sometimes they feel misunderstood or at odds with the world. I used to clash a lot with family and friends when I was younger, when I was learning and developing myself, because I was always so hungry and curious to pick apart and find out why people do the things that they do, to learn about the world around me. And it kind of shocked me to see that others were not like that. They just only cared about superficial things. And when I would question my family, why don't you teach me this? Why don't you teach me that? Why don't you want to have a discussion about these important topics, about, relationships and what's going on in the world? They would just shut down and not want to talk about it. So it was kind of just me alone. And I took that wonder I had to learn about people, and I'm at where I'm at now. Sometimes you have to go down that path alone. Fortunately, this sense of being out of step doesn't diminish advocates' commitment to making the world a better place. Advocates are troubled by injustice, hence why I do all the monkey branching videos. I want you guys to see why cheating and betraying others is so immoral. Advocates are troubled by injustice, and they typically care more about altruism than personal gain. They often feel called to use their strengths, including creativity, imagination, and sensitivity, to uplift others and spread compassion. Nothing lights up advocates like changing someone else's life for the better. I agree. That, to me, puts the biggest smile on my face. Recently, one of my subscribers who became a dear friend of mine, I'm not going to say his name or what country he's from, but he's a very young guy at the age of 21. He went through a very difficult breakup. He was with a very toxic ex for 6 years. He's gone through my book a few times. He's watching my content. He's been learning a lot about himself and relationships. He got his life back together, and he got an offer, I'm not going to say what it is, to work at the royal family. Again, can't say what country it's from, at the age of 21, which is such an amazing honor for a young man. And he was picked out of everyone, right? And when he told me what he achieved, I was so proud of him. I was so happy for him. He's got such an amazing future ahead of him. And he has such deep integrity because he's learned so much more about relationships. He's a very traditional man, and he's done a very masculine thing. So that's very true. When I get case studies like that, and that to me is the reward. It brings me so much joy. And I know he's watching. Many advocates see helping others as their mission in life, and they're always looking for ways to step in and speak up for what is right. People with this personality type also aspire to fix society's deeper problems, in the hope that unfairness and hardship can become things of the past. At times, however, advocates may focus so intently on their ideals that they don't take adequate care of themselves, a pattern that can lead to stress and burnout. I have to admit that's been true for me. That's why I enjoy solitude and spending alone time to detox. I'm always working with people. I value my alone time. It's sacred to me. It gives me some time to pick up my Bible and grow closer to God as well. Or like walking my dog for long, long walks in the evening. Connecting with others and themselves. Advocates may be introverted, but they value deep, authentic relationships with others. Few things bring these personalities as much joy as truly knowing another person. Exactly. You guys are really getting a look into who I am today. I'm getting exposed. And being known in return. Amen. That's key for me. To truly know another person and being known in return, that adds such flavor to life. Advocates enjoy meaningful conversations far more than small talk, and they tend to communicate in a way that is warm and sensitive. This emotional honesty and insight can make a powerful impression on the people around them. A few close relationships, provided that they're genuine, can fill advocates' hearts to the brim. I agree. I can count 3 real friends on one hand, and I'm happy with that. Don't need any more. You get 3 close men and you can take over a country, right? Thoughtful and compassionate, advocates pour a great deal of energy and care into their relationships. This doesn't mean that they always feel appreciated in return. Advocates tend to act with great thought and care, and it can frustrate them when other people don't recognize their good intentions. I've had that a lot with my brother. When we would fight sometimes, being young, he would misunderstand me. I wouldn't like that because my intentions have always been pure. That would trigger me a lot. As a result, even constructive criticism may feel incredibly personal or hurtful to these personalities. I can definitely attest to that, especially when I was younger, more emotional. Recently, I've kind of trained myself to be open to it and more acceptant of it. But when I was younger, I wouldn't like that at all. A personal mission. Man, this goes so deep. It's amazing. You guys need to take this. Many advocates feel that their life has a unique purpose, a mission that they were put on this earth to fulfill. For people with this personality type, one of the most rewarding aspects of life is seeking out this purpose. And once they've found it, striving to do it justice. I can't agree more. The fulfillment I had when I founded Relearning Relationships, when I got started, I never have a dull day. It always lights me up inside. When advocates encounter inequity or unfairness, they rarely give up. Instead, they consult their intuition and their compassion to find a solution. With their innate ability to balance their heart with their head, advocates are hardwired to right the wrongs of the world, no matter how big or small. These personalities just need to remember that while they're busy taking care of everyone else, they need to pause sometimes and take care of themselves as well. A few examples of advocates historically have been Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Goethe. Interesting. And of course, me. And I took this test. I was surprised how accurate it was. So guys, let me know your thoughts down below. And as you can see in the thumbnail, I put a picture of Tommy Shelby from Peaky Blinders. Yesterday, a female subscriber reached out to me and she said, "Hi Christian, I watched your recent video, really liked it. I saw your new haircut. You look exactly like Thomas Shelby." Made me laugh because it's not the first time I've heard it. A lot of female subscribers have mentioned it, family, strangers. So as a joke, I thought I'd put it in the thumbnail. So yeah, guys, that's basically my personality type, INFJ, advocate. And I recommend you take the test. So there are 4 sections. There is analysts, diplomats, sentinels, and explorers. In analysts, you've got the architect, logician, debater, commander. In the diplomats, you've got advocate, me, mediator, protagonist, campaigner, In Sentinels, you have logistician, defender, executive, consul. In Explorer, we have virtuoso, adventurer, entrepreneur, and entertainer. And it's amazing because even when you look through the personality types, it gives you little basic descriptions of what they're like. But then you take the free test and answer it honestly, of course, and it will give you such a precise description of who you are. You will be shocked. Do it with your friends, family, with your loved ones. And it's recommended that you take the test every 5-6 months, just to see if anything changes with who you are. And what you'll notice is, at least for me, it will remain consistent, right? A long time ago, my ex recommended I take the test, I remember, and I turned it down. I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. She did. And I kind of forgot about the whole 16 personalities. But when my friend brought it up to me yesterday, this time I listened to that criticism and I took it. And it's really pinpointed who I am. And for those of you that struggle to understand yourself and those around you, it can be an amazing tool to have in your arsenal, because you can better learn how to relate to those around you, and your relationships will flourish in a much more righteous manner, because you actually know where they're coming from, why your girlfriend or boyfriend says something a specific way. They don't have a bad intention, it's just the way they are. And when you accept how people are, then you can really love them. And of course, if you find out things you don't like, you can get rid of them. So yeah, guys, that's basically the video for today. Really looking forward to hearing your thoughts down below. Which personality type are you? Perhaps one of you is an INFJ, just like me. And let me know what you thought about my personality type. Is it accurate? Is that who Christian is or not? So with that said, hope you'll have a wonderful day. God bless all of you and your families. And I'll see you all in the next one.